Hey, what's up? It's been a minute, like a very, very hot minute, in the tune of maybe a year or something like that. Yeah, it's been a lot, especially considering I had to fire up my iPad in order to make this video. And look at what we got going here. These were my open tabs. Yeah. I don't know what that is. Maybe yeah, the art in this game was so good. I miss it so much. But yeah, this is the news we got today. It's very, very exciting. I did not see it coming at all. And yeah, really excited to talk about it. So, yeah, we'll probably do that in a second. But of course, it's me, so I just have to say, hey, how have you been this year? I've had quite a year. You want to hear about it? Sure, I'll tell you about it. Well, a year is a long time. I'll just tell you my most exciting highlights in the last couple months. So, one cool thing that I did recently, and it's not watch the. Well, that was rough. Apparently, my tech doesn't work anymore. And this is the thing. This is why I don't like robots. This is why I don't like tech. It's because, it never works when you want it to work, like a printer. Never when you want it to work. It just acts like a big old idiot. And it's not that old. It's like only been a year. I don't know what they want me to do. Update things? Psh, whatever. Not doing that. But, and so, here we are, where I'm just going to have to talk at you. But I don't mind doing that anyhow, so I'll make sure I put nice things in the background for you to look at while you listen to my voice ramble on. But yeah, oh man, this year, what was that about? It was about a lot of things, but the long short of it, of the last couple months, which is the most crucial part of my year, has been one, an amazing accident, which will give me a story for life. And two, oh man, what was it? What's my number two? Huh. I thought I had a good one. I guess not, just my accident. Huh. Well, oh yeah, seeing Master of the Universe. That movie was great. And I was super excited to see it because I did not, just like with Final Fantasy Resonance, which we're going to talk about at some point, I did not see that movie coming before it was announced, so that was really exciting. So exciting. So I was excited for that, and yeah, I got to watch that. So yay! And yeah, prior to that, my cool accident. So the last few months, that's where the stories all started coming in. It's almost like they knew. The powers that be that create the stories knew that I was going to have to talk about something FFBE because it's, life supplied me with a story just for you. And here's a good one. And I'll give you the moral right away. And the moral of the story is that you don't run over yourself, right? Cars are for driving, for riding in. They're not for running over yourself. You just don't do it. And so that's what's happened to me. I ran over myself, which, is what it is. But hey, sometimes, you pull over and you just want to get out of your car, but you're going to leave your car on, right? You're not going to turn it off, but you're going to get out of it. And so you put the car in park and, well, it goes, and then, you just shifter thing, and it felt like it goes to park, and then you step out of the car to do the thing you're going to do, and then what does the car start doing? It starts rolling back on you, because guess what? It's not in park. It's actually in reverse. And so what does it do? It knocks you down because it's a big fat car, and it knocks you down so hard that you fall down, and then you go, oh, and then your arm, your left arm goes, underneath where the car is about to roll, and then you watch your big fat tire of your big fat car roll over your arm. But then you're like, that didn't hurt that much. That was kind of fine. Until you walk home No, you don't walk home. You go home with your weird lame arm, which didn't even look like a popped out arm because it kind of just was like looking like a lame arm. And you go home and you're like, oh, this sucks. This really sucks. What a crappy thing. Don't walk. Rolling over yourself is the worst. And then you go to sleep. And then you wake up in the middle of the night and you realize like your lame arm is not just a lame arm, but it's the most painful arm you've ever had in your entire life. And so you go to urgent care and they look at you and they're like, we can't help you here. And then so you go to the ER and they're like, we can help you. Let's take some x-rays. And they like manipulate you in the most worst ways. And it's so freaking painful. And you're like, why do you gotta manipulate me this way? Why do you hate me so much? Oh, we just taking an x-ray. Can you just move it this? No, I can't. If I could move it that way, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't have such a lame arm. And then they tell you, oh, you dislocated your elbow. Well, that sounds nice. That sounds easy. It looks easy in the movies, right? Oh, just pop it, boop, pop. And then I go, well, they couldn't pop it. And the doctor was so skinny and like he did not look like he could put his back into it. So I was trying to like have like, you know, a good brain about it. Like, oh yeah, you can do it. No, he couldn't do it. He couldn't pop my elbow back in. And they're like, okay, well, have you ever had a colonoscopy? And I was like, no. And they're like, well, we give this medicine, which will put you out, it'll knock you out, and then we'll get your elbow in. All right, let's do it. Let's give it a shot. Well, they gave it to me. And as they're giving it to me, I'm expecting to fall asleep, as one would. And guess what? I did not fall asleep. I did not fall asleep one bit. And so I watched as they tried to put my elbow back in place. And they did not succeed. And it was also very painful. So that was very upsetting. And so then they told me that they could not help me there and that they had to send me to a trauma unit. And so then they drove me across town, and every time the little AC kicked in, my arm went shiver, 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 and pain, pain, pain. And yeah, so then I went to that place, and they were like, well, we can do this for you. We've got this. We're going to give you ketamine. We're going to knock you out with it, but actually you're going to secretly be awake. Your eyes are going to be awake, but you're not going to know it because you're going to be in some other space. And when you come to, your arm is going to be in a nice little splint, and you are going to love it. It'll be great. And so we did that, and I will tell you that was the scariest mofoing moment experience of my life. I have not done a drug in my life. That was very upsetting. And then they told me afterwards, oh man, we forgot to tell you to think about something nice, because then you get to have dreams of like rainbows and unicorns. But no, I dreamt of like, don't die. You don't want to die right here. And so I had this like weird like conversation with everybody about how I shouldn't die. Anyway, that was a big moment. And then I got a robotic arm after that, and now my arm's doing a lot better. So anyway, now that you know all of that, we can probably talk about Final Fantasy Resonance, which I'm very excited to talk about. And I am drinking some red wine because red wine is a bit heavy. This is a cab by the Fabulist, and it's pretty delicious. But yeah, it's a little bit heavy, and this is kind of a heavy moment because you know what? I did not expect it to come, and I feel like this is also very, very important, I think, for Final Fantasy fans and FFBE fans as a moment. So I think a bit of a heavy wine kind of fits well. And also we have Dark Fina, and this is how I spotted it watching the Nintendo Direct, was Dark Fina. And I was like, it looks like Dark Fina to me. And indeed it was. Because she is very, very spottable. So anyway, yeah, I'm very excited about everything that I saw, and I hope you are too. Oh my gosh. So this is going to be a new game. It's going to be a console game. It's going to be on Steam. So if you have a PC, if you have consoles, you'll be able to basically replay what sounds like to be the first story arc of FFBE, the original FFBE. So this is Rain, Laswell, Fina, their story. I'm going to hold back on other characters in case, there's people that don't remember, don't know, or that watch me from War of the Visions. And so, yeah, you're not totally updated on this story, but those three meet early on in the story and they travel throughout the world of Lapis, and they are trying to kind of just figure out what's going on. And there are some dangers, and they've got to figure out who's behind that, and meet a lot of people along the way, and have a lot of fun little, humorous story quests and funny moments on the side. And I think that's kind of one of the big things that I'm really, really excited about for the Final Fantasy franchise, is that I feel the main entries have been very serious. 16 probably the most. It did have some humorous moments, but by and large, that was a rough game. And Final Fantasy 15, love it so much, and I love my Chocobros, but as much humor as they were able to pull off in that first part of the game before, excuse me, Altissia, there is so much that happens that is so rough. And so I think, like, what FFBE kind of provided as a Final Fantasy was very much that fallback to that nostalgic Final Fantasy where you had high stakes, you had some darkness, but then you also had a lot of just like really dumb humor and silly parts and fun character moments, and characters and story moments that are full of so much heart. And that really was such a breath of fresh air, I felt like. Sorry for the cliche, but I really did. And when I was playing this game as a gacha game years ago, I did not expect the story to be as good as it is. And it really is an excellent story, and the characters are excellent. So I feel like it's going to translate very, very well to a console game. Unfortunately, only being based on the first arc, I'm guessing that is just season 1, which sadly I had to go on like a crazy rampage and look up who that means we're leaving out. And sadly, Madame Adele and her soiree, my best girl Physalis, because she's part of the orders and that whole part of the story, all of that is season 2 stuff. So I will very, very much be sad to miss out on those excellent characters. But there are so many other people to meet, and as we can see in some of these screenshots, there's Ayaka, there's Charlotte, and there's still like so many things that happen in season 1, so it's really, really exciting. One of the things that I feel is very important about this game's announcement is that it really kind of provides Square Enix with this like opportunity to see how many Final Fantasy fans there still are out here, and how we are so happy to get something that's different than what they've been doing. And they have been, I think, trying so hard. And I know that Final Fantasy as a franchise is known for constantly reinventing the wheel with every game, but I think it's okay to realize that, like, your fan base, they want chocobos, they want moogles, they want strong characters, they want strong story, and just they want that fun, they want that tone, they want the adventure, they want the danger, and a little bit of darkness that comes with these games. And it's not like it's some super bizarre recipe to be able to make these games and hopefully see that there is a market for them, and we're all out here, and I think there's so many people that are very excited to see FFBE, like Rain Lastwell, Fina, and their story make it to the console, and to have something really tangible, actually, after all those years that we put into mobile games that really can just poof, go away like that, and what else can you do? So this is a nice way to have those characters finally find a place where they'll live on forever and ever and ever and all that good stuff. So that's fun. But yeah, as a franchise, I feel like Final Fantasy has struggled a bit lately, and Square Enix has maybe made some, interesting decisions, not the best decisions, and, there's a lot of people that are unhappy with kind of the route they've been taking with the Final Fantasy IP, so this is maybe an opportunity for them to see that, the fan base is much more diverse and also, quite there, quite consistently there, and ready to buy things that speak to, the games that we love and know from this IP. So I am very excited to support this game and hopefully send that message that this is marketable content, and whether that leads into another mobile game, that would be great. I really miss having a FFB game to play. I thought that game was excellent at creating really just exciting mobile games that felt like actual games, that didn't feel like just pure gotcha nonsense. So I'm excited to see where it goes. But yes, this news was so welcome, so surprising, and yeah, it's just made me really happy. I was not expecting to see that today. So one of the things I was watching, there is somebody who's done, I think, a bit of a playthrough. I think it's IGN maybe posted their playthrough or something. But one thing that I thought was interesting is that aside from there not being any gotcha elements in the game, the way that you'll kind of explore, like that, exploration is very much rewarded, which is also my favorite little thing because I'm so good at exploring, is that they're going to give you kind of like little tests on like the Final Fantasy franchise that you're trying to release a vision from. I don't know if you can actually fail or not, but I definitely won't. If you do, that's embarrassing. Don't tell me about it. But yeah, I think you answer questions about the franchise or about that character or something about their story, and that's kind of like a little test. And I don't know if you gotta fight something or what, but thankfully no gotcha elements actually in it. So watching some of that was really helpful, I think, in kind of solidifying what the gameplay is going to look like, and the fact that you have these visions and they are going to fight alongside you, not in place of you. So am I going to be able to do my theme parties? I don't know if I'm going to be able to do my theme parties. They said there's a Chamber of Arms. I'm really afraid of that because idiot bomb families hate my guts and I don't like fighting them. So, yeah, but the visions stand behind your Rain, Lastwell, Fina characters, and that can be Wilhelm, that can be, Warrior of Light, that can be Cloud. Ew, why did I bring up Cloud? Man, I hate myself for that. That can be, Terra. That could be, I don't know who is this girl? I don't know who this girl is. But yeah, there's so many characters, and you're going to be able to place them behind. And I think what they do is they kind of give extra abilities. And so that's how that comes in. They've talked about how Fina's a true summoner. So she's the only one that can talk to espers, and then she's the only one that can summon espers. So that's really important too. You got to wander the map and find the espers and fight them, and that's gonna be challenging and stuff like that. So that's something you gotta go do. And yeah, it seems that the world's gonna be pretty big, and the art style is just really beautiful. I thought that FFB did a great job. War of the Visions, absolutely gorgeous. And I feel like there's a bit of a combination between the FFB overworld stuff and some of the characters kind of having, a slightly War of the Visions art style to them, in their close-ups. So I'm curious to see what that blend is. But yeah, I mean, if this can lead to a console edition of War of the Visions, please. If this can even lead to the release of Season 2 for this game. Please, please, please. So I absolutely, yeah, plan to support it. And I really hope that if these are games that you love, that you find a way to. And then there's a lot of ways, and obviously it's going to be, high price point at launch, but that should come down in the fact that there's a Steam option available, and all the consoles. I think there's a way for everybody to get to play it, hopefully at some point. Alright, so yes, I very much encourage you to watch some of the videos that are out there to see a little bit more of the gameplay, and who you can spot, all the fun characters that sometimes you forget about, and they'll all be out there. So it'll be really fun. I think this is gonna be a fun time. Anyway, I hope you're all doing very, very well, and thank you for listening to all my stuff. If you do plan on seeing the Master of the Universe movie, I do suggest it. It's a fun time. But you don't have to take my word for it. Anyway, do what you want, as usual. And yeah, great to catch up, I guess. Yeah, sure. Alright, awkward goodbye, and as always, cheers.